it is TorontoUnicorn and guess where we are? We are in my bed. We are ready for DTF night.
Not with each other.
Oh my God, get over it. Get over it.
Something.
She's mad I won't lick her bean, I guess. I don't know. That's like an inside joke. Okay. So basically, this is a very big DTF night at Oasis Aqualounge Sex Club in Toronto. Me and R have gone many times. I'm going to introduce a clip in this video so that you see some of the early videos of R and I when she was first being introduced to the lifestyle and to DTF. So you're going to see that, and then you're going to come back here. You'll never see more single men than on DTF night.
Sounds like a good night for me.
It is, right? So men walk around with their hands already on their, as they're talking to you. So it's very clear that they're looking for sex. And if they're like, hey, nice nail polish, like, it's not just because they like your nail polish. As a first-time DTFer, what was your experience like?
Okay, so just to say that I went in there with every intention of being only a simple observer, and I came out being a complete and total whore.
Cheers for horse.
Not only, fully ready, he's got a condom on and just waiting for the go. Like he's waiting in line.
Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach.
That was basically it. I had the same kind of reaction. I went, okay, I know what we're playing here. So I called him Daddy.
No,
I
did. You told us straight
I
to Daddy.
whispered in his ear and I called him Daddy, and it had an immediate reaction.
Normally, I would say we don't go in with expectations to a DTF night, right? It's like the wrong thing to do is to go in being like, I'm going to get laid, right? But we know a lot of people on the guest list. I would say 10 people total, maybe more.
It's going to be a very familiar face night.
And that's what happens after a year in this lifestyle is you build up a friend group and a play partner group. And then those play partners have experiences with your other friends. And suddenly it's an environment where almost anything goes, and there's no jealousy from what I've seen so far. Because even tonight, there's actually 2 guys coming tonight for the first time ever, I think, for this year, that I've planned to at least have sexual interactions with, and that is a big deal.
There's only a few days that have passed in the year. I'm going to point that out.
I know, it is 2023 early on, but I will say
it's pretty good.
Yeah, my last time doing that was about a year ago.
I know.
So I am conducting orgies and not having orgies, let's put it that way. So let's change that, hopefully. The reason that that's different tonight is for a few reasons. One of them is because Mr. and Miss Jyla Valentine are making an appearance. So they're coming to the club tonight. And lots of people I know are excited about that, including me. And I've communicated with them in advance about what to expect and what we should be, how we should be interacting. And so I am going to be mentally dominating her while she is taking on all sorts of men. And what that means to me is I'll have to find her vibe when I get there. But for her, sometimes she wants to be degraded. Sometimes she wants to be told that she's a slut, like whatever. So if I know what's going to make her go over the edge, and she's taken all these men, and I could, the last time, and I leaned in and I whispered, literally, I was like, all the boys are looking at you. Do you like that they're talking about you? They're talking about what a good slut she is. And she got so excited. And you could tell because you're feeding someone on a level that is in addition to the holes that she's having used, right? And I like it. So
it's very good. It gets people on a cerebral level as well.
Is that the word?
Cerebral.
Cerebral. So for me, this is how I enjoy it, but I also play with her. So I'm going to be kissing her, not after she's taken a bunch of cum shots, but, that's just for me. I'm like, no, thanks. I'll see you next time. She knows that though. But yeah, no, she's going to have a fantastic night. Her boyfriend is coming. He is a very good, reliable, sex partner. And he's also fun to interact with the gangbangs, obviously, because they play together. But yeah, so tell us, who do you know on the roster that's coming?
I know the Hummer.
Okay, so we haven't introduced him formally, but this is a man who uses his mouth like a Hummer. And like does a fantastic
It's
job.
much better than that, but yeah.
Oh, well, why don't you fucking go
no,
ahead
I
there,
can't.
bitch?
I can't.
Why don't you fucking show me up, bitch?
I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, there's some of our girlfriends are there, a bunch of them anyway. So that's going to be
the ones from
fun.
your 5-person orgy last time that I helped with are going to be there.
So of which the Hummer is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think I don't know, maybe 1, 2, 3 of them possibly will be there. Who else? Well, all our other friends.
Amelia and Amber coming, yes.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. We're even like we have like a potluck thing situation. So now as ladies, we decided how much joy there is in having delicious food after a few hours of delicious sex. And so now we take turns bringing food. And so tonight is my turn. So we're going to pick up some things on the way so that we can replenish in the middle. So normally I would say we don't go in with expectations, but here's the thing. Ara and I have seen a lot of shit now. We have been in a lot of things. I've seen her take a lot of experiences. And now we've almost cultivated a level in this lifestyle that's a little different. And so maybe the first gangbangs that she did was strangers or blindfolded. But now you were saying that you're noticing that they're more
evolved. I guess I've evolved in it. Is that the thrill I used to get from the random gangbangs is no longer there. It's not the same.
It's like you have to keep fucking leveling up to get the same high.
A little bit, but it evolves in its own. Like, it was satisfying in its own right to I mean, blindfolded is still fun. And I'm sure I'd still have a good time, but I just don't feel the need to do that anymore.
But what if you were blindfolded with these partners? That would even be exciting.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. It's the sensory deprivation part of it is fun. But does it have to be with people I don't know?
Yeah, exactly. What if it's like it's a whole different experience when it's like, oh, these are all good feelings and like I know that they're all going to do a good job. Now it's about disappearing under this blindfold.
It's also finally about partners who start to get to know me
better
and know how to manipulate my body properly so that I'm not getting, I think it was maybe, I don't know, not disappointing sex. It's not that, but like, it's you know, some is better than others.
Yeah, and some men are more experienced fucking in the middle of a sex club than others. And you gotta give them credit that it must be intimidating. Yes. And a lot of guys look intimidated sometimes too. But that doesn't change the fact that some women are looking for a certain experience. And if you have issues, you know, finding enough people to fulfill that can be a downer. And so now that you have these established partners, everyone knows each other's bodies and what their preferences are. Plus, I've seen you lay with three women and completely share the men as if it was like a, you know, but it felt almost like, what was it, like speed dating where the men every couple minutes would like switch women. Yeah. And you guys were totally cool with it. You all seemed so into your own partners at your own time because I was assessing. I was looking up and I was watching and everyone had their own connection with their sexual partner.
And so it's interesting that you say that because one thing I think that's very important, and especially if you're dealing with poly, amorous relationships or sharing partners, is the ability to be in the moment with the person you're with.
Yeah.
And if that means in a pool full of people staring into somebody's eyes and forgetting that the rest of the world is there, then that's what it takes. And you know what? If you had a second partner that night, you'd do the same thing with the second partner. It's making everybody feel special and have their unique time. And these guys were super good at it. They really are.
They did. I saw women in bliss that day. I saw 3 women. There was no complaints. Everyone was laying there completely in bliss. The only complaint you may have had is your vagina simply couldn't take any more. That was the only thing that you were like, no, but you needed a break at one point. But I was like, but you could tell everyone does, right? Like, it's like you can feel raw after a while, even if it's good. So it was just one of those things where when the going is good and you filled up. Sometimes you need a woman beside you to be like, go visit her, go visit her, right?
I can't take anymore.
That's why I like it.
Tag in this one.
Yeah. And so then there's a guy that I might, so I've chatted with in advance that is somebody I might actually sleep with tonight who I haven't slept with before, but I've seen him sleep with my friends and I've got to know him a little bit. And in this lifestyle, I'm taking a little bit more chances outside my comfort zone, maybe, of like new experiences. But sometimes a girl just needs to get fucking laid, man. And so it might be a night.
We'll be like in the cheering section.
I
With our
know.
little pom-poms.
And so it was funny because he's also going to be sleeping with one of my friends tonight, and we know that, right? And so I reached out to her and I was like, hey, I'm like, girl code check-in. I'm like, just making sure you know that like I'm going to be potentially seeing him, tomorrow, whatever, and you are too. And so then we were actually able to coordinate timing. Me and the girl were able to coordinate timing. And I was like, this is why I love the lifestyle.
Who's going to be the scheduling director of your orgy enterprise?
Well, I was like, well, I'm busy doming Jyla Valentine, so why don't you sleep with him first, and then he'll visit me after. And we're like, okay,
I will
great.
take the 2:00 appointment.
Right? But like, in what world did I ever think I would look at another woman who was about to fuck the same man as me and be like, all right, so do you want to coordinate like who? Like, never. But it goes to show that some of these things that we feel so primitively are actually culturally conditioned, and we can unpack jealousy even when we do it with our friends. Like, we think of jealousy romantically, but sometimes you can have jealousy of your friends, of your outfits, of their luck, of their anything.
Of their status, of their jobs.
Everything. And it's a different thing to be able to dissipate that jealousy from a lot of places, not just sex too. So you can actually, in my opinion, it's changed me. I'm more freely able to be happy for people in other ways, even unrelated to sex, without it having anything to do with like, what is my situation or whatever. I don't know. I think I'm growing as a person, as a woman, with other women who are able to share dick without any green face. By that I mean jealousy. It's earth-shakingly awakening.
To me, it's a little bit simple. It's not my dick to share, it's his.
I know, and it really does fucking come down to that. It does. And I remember saying to some guys, it used to be that if I sucked some guy's dick in some parking lot, he was off limits for every of my friends now, because he was a guy that I was with, right? And think about that now. Think about the absurdity of that now.
Yeah,
and
you have definitely grown as a person.
But I also feel like I found this world where women, I'm speaking more about women because that's the perspective I'm bringing in this topic, but women can come and for the first time enjoy women as instead of threats for the same men. So for example, like you're fucking all sorts of these nice people. Even today I was casually like, hey, I'm just checking in. Would you ever be upset if I, happen to cross this line one day with whoever it is? Because even though she said it was fine, sometimes you just gotta check in. But the truth is, it becomes actually fine. We don't just say it's fine. It's like, sure, make sure you ask him to eat your ass because he's good at it. Like, we're literally like, accommodating about it. Life-changing shit, man. Right?
It's very liberating to not feel the ugliness of jealousy.
Yeah.
To have put it in a different compartmentalized box.
Yes, and almost diffuse the threat of it too, because it's not like it's looming behind some other door for me. I think I understand the lack of attachment, like detachment theory is something I'm practicing now. It's like I let things flow, right? Like come in and out, whatever. Just trying to help. But it really goes to show, when you really look at it, no one should feel possessive over anybody's sex or body. And the more like I read some of these things about, like, I'm on some of these forums called "Are the Monogamous Okay?" and things, like, they're funny. And there's this woman, like they would just do the most crazy things to like track their partners to make sure that like they didn't even like glance up at a woman who was cute. And I'm just like, wow, like these men, I'm sorry, but the difference between tamed horses and wild horses. You're welcome to go to the stable, but do you want to come to the fucking, what's that?
Kentucky Derby?
I mean, well, that's still like, that's not wild though.
Oh, the steeps of...
Where do wild horses run? Where do wild horses run? Shit.
Steeps of Mongolia.
All right, well, I'll get the right for that one. But yeah, so I think for me is I look at that, and I don't want to judge because I've been there. I have been monogamous, and I have been behind the walls of jealousy.
I have done it.
And I have done crazy shit to protect my fucking man.
Yeah, I don't know if I've gone that far, but let's just say
Let's just say I'm an alpha female, and I used to go right up to women who threatened me and let them know how I felt about it. No, like, well, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, just so you know, I'm his girlfriend, just in case there's any confusion about that. Right? So think about that. But my back would be up. I would be like, that girl's a threat. Beep, 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 threat, right? Like in my radar of life.
So different
now I'm
eh?
like, oh, that girl might be down. Do you want to see if she sucks dick better than I do? Because I don't swallow. Maybe she'll do that. So for me, I'm like, I actually get excited about the idea of new energy and like a new woman being interested in somebody I'm with, because as long as they're not shady, because there is experiences where women are just trying to get their own. They're not worried about how that's going to impact you or anything else. But for the most part in this lifestyle, I have to interject for one moment. There's one lifestyle rule that I recently heard. Now, I'm not a fan of rules, but there's a lifestyle rule for some couples that I heard recently that I was like, yeah, I could get on board with that one.
What's that?
So this is the rule where it said, yeah, like they're allowed to sleep with women. The husband's allowed to sleep with other women, but only lifestyle women. And I completely understand that.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that. I didn't even think that would be an issue, but yeah, I get your point.
Any vanilla woman on Tinder is not going to be as culturally desensitized to sharing as we are, I think. Yep. And even if they say they're comfortable, sometimes it's while they're packing their shit in your drawer.
That is a very good point. Yeah.
All right, we got to get going. I do not know what I'm wearing tonight to dominate Miss Jila Valentine and also just be a little slut and flirt at the bar.
Why not this?
Yeah, well, this may be.
Orgy director. That pretty much says it all.
I guess I'm wearing like pajama bottoms just for the film, but like I think I should probably wear something like sexy. I don't know.
So what's your plan for tonight?
Well, I don't know. That's the whole point. So I gotta come pick outfits. You're welcome to come and join us for that. We are about to go. I picked the red outfit and we're about to go to Oasis and we're gonna go pick up some munchies. So you wanna come?
Let's go.
All right, you gotta catch the vlog to see what happens next. Come pick out outfits with us, watch the vlog from DTF night, and don't miss the juicy story time.